Deere Dealer invites you to their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney on February 5th and 6th. This hands-on event offers expert training on John Deere and Hagie sprayers, covering topics such as machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and exact apply technology. New this year, classes on autonomy preparation, see and spray, and variable rate operation. Don't miss this opportunity, February 5th and 6th in Kearney. Learn more at landmarkimp.com/events.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Shouldn't the landscape around your house reflect the architecture as well as the interior? Whether it's new construction or breathing life into an outdated landscape, let the teams at Tailored Landscapes, Tailored Lights, and Tailored Life combine as your local source for outdoor living. Schedule a meeting with one of our designers who listen during our consultations and combine your preferences, plus our experience to give you a timeless, sustainable, photo shoot-worthy landscape. Call us at 402-432-2572. Find us on any social media or at www.tailoredlandscapes.com, because when you find one company, you find the benefit of three.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine, light winds, an afternoon high near 55. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, a low near 33. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day, an afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Flecker from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome into Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here's your host, Bill Mitchner.
And everybody, welcome again to Be a Beacon. I appreciate you coming and joining us tonight. Having little headphone troubles here. Looks like somebody broke it, but hey, we'll make it all work, won't we?
We'll have to get you a new one during the break. I'm not sure what's going on.
I mean, adaptability is pretty low on my strength finders, but I have a Ranger as number 6. So,
and real quick, if you don't want to hold it like that, I can keep an eye on the audio if you don't want to wear the headset like that the entire time.
Awesome.
So you're good to take those off if you want.
Okay. Actually, I kind of like this look. I'm pretty sure that works out for me. So tonight I have a few more guests, and I'm excited about the people that are here tonight. To my right, one of my good friends, and he actually used to work at Lighthouse. Andy Avila, welcome.
Welcome. Hey, those headphones look just fine a few minutes ago. That's all I'm going to say about that.
I'm gonna blame it on Foreman.
That sounds about right.
That's up it had to have been Foreman. Next to Andy, another good friend of mine, and actually, which is amazing, this is also one of my former youth at Lighthouse that I served, Matt Baker.
Yeah, good to be here. I've known Bill for a long time.
And a new friend of mine, a very new friend of mine, Daryl. To be honest with you, I don't even know your last name, Daryl.
It's actually King. K-I-N-G. King.
King.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the king in the house. Let's go. Let's go. So, okay, I'm going to start out with this because, two of you have a very close connection with Lighthouse over the years. One of you, a new connection. However, I'm going to start out with what made you connect to Lighthouse in the first place? Andy, we'll start with you. Yeah.
Well, I'm a Lincoln High graduate.
Let's go, Legs.
We went to school together for a brief time. So, I had that LHS Link wild streak in me. But there came a point in my life where kind of tamed down, calmed down, and looked back and reflected on those that tried to pour good into me. And after, making bad decisions or being the victim of other people's bad decisions and deciding I didn't want to live that life anymore, things started going better for me. And so I reflected on who tried to reach out to me when I was younger and wild. What did they say to me? How did they say it? And why did I listen to them? So some of those people were coaches, and some of those people were friends that had common interests. So when I decided, I wish that I would have had somebody that steered me in the right direction a little bit more when I was younger. I thought, well, now I can be that person for somebody else. And TJ McDowell was, I was blessed that he hired me at the Lighthouse. And then, like, within a blink of an eye, you took over the Lighthouse. And it just gave me a really nice opportunity to be able to reach youth in a way that I wasn't able to, because I coached wrestling for the Lincoln Warriors and helped Tommy Arciaga with boxing at Southside Boxing. But at the Lighthouse allowed me to reach kids on a different level. And so I kept coming back. You kept letting me come back, and you allowed me to do my thing there and reach kids in a way where we had common interests.
So. And we will talk a little bit about some of those programs that you ran at Lighthouse, because those were special programs. And it's important for me to open the eyes and open pathways for young people to participate in different things that, hey, look, I'd like to be knowledgeable about everything. I'm just not. So you got to bring good people around you to do that for our young people. And you mentioned a good point, and that's going to kind of hit on what we're talking about. And what we've talked about a lot is our relationships and mentorship. And you mentioned coaches and other adults that were in your life that helped you down that path. So what do you do now?
I fix locomotives for a living. That's what pays the bills. Also a DJ, been a DJ in this town for many years. I'm a DJ at other radio station. I do old school on Saturday night and a more positive message on Sunday morning. Spin some beats at the complex for their MMA and boxing events. So I'm just kind of all over the place right now. What would I like to be doing? I would like to be doing something along the lines of what I was doing at the Lighthouse. That was a dream job. And there was a couple of times that you offered me the assistant position, and I had to turn it down for various reasons. So what I'm doing versus what I would like to be doing, or maybe am planning on doing, are two different things.
Oh, right on. You also didn't mention food, because you also
I like to. So being a DJ, I love doing that because I can take people to a place where they are smiling. Put a smile on their face, play a song that reminds them of the good old days, create an environment where they're either kicked back or hyped up, but they're having a good time. Food does the same thing. You fill someone's belly up, and it's amazing the conversations that you can have or the memories that you can create. So I like putting smiles on people's faces, either with food or with beats.
And they both do connect memories too.
Yes, they do.
Even smells. Like I smell homemade cinnamon rolls, and it takes me back to my mom back in the day. So It's amazing. Appreciate it, Andy. Mr. Baker, what's up, my friend?
What up?
So tell me how your connection started with Lighthouse.
Yeah, so I guess I always like to represent my childhood. As I always say, I was lost and running with no answers. I wasn't looking for answers. I was just kind of lost and running. And it just so happened that I was driving around town with my cousin, and we were both hungry. And he was like, I know where we can go get some dinner. So that was my first stop at the Lighthouse. It was you and TJ were there. At that time, Lighthouse at max, I think we were lucky to get six kids during that time frame. And there was a basketball hoop in the back. And so I just kept coming back. And so that was kind of my first introduction of kind of like positive peer role model. I didn't even know what it was, and my cousin, he at the Lighthouse, there's something called a strike rule. And so 3 strikes and you're out. So my cousin, he actually didn't make it through that first day I was there. But I stayed. And I just I enjoyed the love that was there. And it was people all going there for the same reason. And so I had seen some people. I was going to Lincoln High at the time. And so I had seen some people that were familiar, but I didn't know who they were. And then we kind of set it off. And, basketball was kind of our driving point back then. Basketball and food, video games.
In that little room off to the side.
Little room, yeah.
Changed a little bit now.
Yeah. It's amazing how much has grown since then.
Yeah. So fast forward to your adult life, because there was a time where you and I crossed paths again.
Mm-hmm.
So speak on that a little bit.
Yeah. So I just kind of fell into mentoring at a young age. My first mentoring job, I was 19. And it really was because I just didn't want to work like at a regular job, at that age. And so one thing led to another, and I became real passionate about it. And then later on in my adulthood, the city contacted me and said, hey, we have this position that we're going to start called Tipping Point, and we'd like for you to apply for it. And I was really on board. And then they told me that the position was with LPD. And I was like, I don't know about this one. And so I was working at the youth detention center at the time, and the director, she was like, no, just trust me, apply for it, go out there. And it took me 5 minutes of going in the door and then being part of that interview process of getting to know some of the people interviewing me, just to really kind of fall in love with who those people were. And so it just one thing led to another. And 10 years later, I'm still doing the same thing.
Yep. And we're going to get back to what that is here on probably the second segment. Appreciate you, Matt. Mr. King, my new friend.
How's it going?
How's it going with you?
It's going well. I feel good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we've had a couple interactions. And so tell me what brought you to connect to Lighthouse and where that went.
Yeah. So I was at the university before I started at with Tipping Point. And when I first started out, they was like, for you to understand this program, you need to understand the city. So one of my first assignments was to go to the Lighthouse. And that's where we met there. And I was there for like the first 2 months of my position. And it was really, really good. Like, you guys taught me a lot about Lincoln and just kind of what the goal is when working with youth as far as mentoring. It really helped me out a lot.
Yeah. So why don't you share with me one of your favorite moments during that time then?
I think it's the chess. Like, I'm a big chess player, right? And it was a kid that was just like amazing, just whooping people, And I'm like, what, let me give it a shot. First game, he whooped me. So I'm like, okay, I got to get the dust off this, let me try again. And after that, it was just really good, like building a relationship with a youth was something that I really enjoy. It didn't feel like work. And I, since then, I really kind of like predicated my mentorship on things I enjoy and as the youth enjoys as well, because I feel like we have a better bond that way. So great memory, and it's really set forth my role.
And y'all met us, both Matt and Daryl met us in Kansas City for a trip that we did over the summer.
Yeah, we had to go on a roller coaster. I'm terrible. I'm scared of heights like no other. And Matt was like, let's do it. And never again. Never will I trust the optimistic.
So you're going to go with us again this year?
Not whatsoever. I might, be on the sideline, but I can't do the roller coaster again.
I mean, you know how to overcome fears?
Fair enough.
Face them.
Yes. That's true.
You got to hit them head on.
I don't know.
What kind of message you trying to put out for these kids that you're going to be working with?
I they can make it to a second time to do it. I was so scared. I was like,
wait, but did you survive?
Barely. No, seriously. I got off the thing. Like my foot flared up. Matt, remember? My foot flared up. He had to like carry me around. Like, it was really bad. I had to go to the doctor afterwards. So Barely.
What did they diagnose you with when you went to the doctor?
I don't know, being super
Fear?
scared. Yeah.
Spookyitis.
Yeah. It's one of my Clifton strengths. Spookyitis.
Is that number 1 or 2? On it?
It takes up both spaces.
Oh my goodness, Daryl, that's great.
But yeah,
So-
go ahead.
No, I'm going to continue to ask you a question on that mentorship piece
Mhm.
because I feel like I have some of the best staff because they care so much about the kids.
Right.
Can you think of a moment that kind of helped shift your thinking and really connect you more towards what to do with young people and how to approach them?
Yeah. So in our role, we have a particular narrative, not narrative, but job we're trying to accomplish, right? And I think the best thing about that was that the text messages I received from some of your staff, they text me and be like, "Hey, can you look out for this kid? He's doing this, that, and the third. What can you what can we do to help you in that?" And that was a really good thing to know I have a resource, but also somebody that's going to refer youth to me. So it was phenomenal, just kind of like understanding what they're seeing and how I can help in my particular like niche I have with the youth. So your staff is phenomenal. I still text them to this day updates. So
That's great because
great.
you guys are phenomenal too, because we need that resource for working with our young people. So, because it does take a village, you know, that's that adage that people don't use enough. Because back in my day, I lived in a small town. We had those weird phones that they're not the ones you carry around. They were attached to a wall and they had this rotary dial on it.
What is that?
See? I'm like, man, King, you are young, aren't you?
That's what he uses now.
But my parents always knew where I was because everybody's business was everybody's business. Now, something's happening, they close the door and hide inside. And we need a little bit more of community to make for sure that we're taking care of one another. And I think that's a piece that's changed so much over the years.
You guys make me feel like at home. You know, I'm from Chicago, so I'm not from Nebraska. And ever since I got to the Lighthouse, it feels like I have like a family network I can reach out to. So it's really great.
That's why we connected. John Goodwin, you know, Chicago.
Yep.
Executive. Let's go, John.
Same neighborhood too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good dude.
Yeah.
Harrison, what you doing over there?
All right, now we're just taking in what is a great show. I am curious though, as you're bringing up some of those conversations, what are some of the cooler things you've seen some of the former Lighthouse members go out and do out there in the community? I'm sure you got some awesome stories.
They're everywhere. I mean, one of them's a captain on the police department right now.
Mm-hmm.
I have one that is a full-blown colonel in the Army. I have a couple that are surgeons. I mean, it's literally across the board. They're doing all kinds of great things. And of course, we have some that aren't doing such great things because sometimes your life still follows you into adulthood and you can't break all those cycles.
Can I add something into this? Sometimes what the now are adults that used to be kids that went to the Lighthouse are doing that we can view as spectacular. Doesn't mean that they've done something that gains them applause in the community. There's a person, her first name starts with a T. I'm not going to call her out on the air, but she used to go to the Lighthouse and she was a hyper kid. Now she's raising her daughters by herself, doing well, cooking for them full-blown meals every night, making sure that they make it to school and stuff like that. And some of the kids that go to the Lighthouse, you don't think they're ever going to be that person. So knowing that the Lighthouse put something in them that is now continuing to grow inside of them and they're passing to their kids without even knowing it. Those are impressive stories also.
That's a great point too. Yeah. And not to attach too much on the tiles and stuff, but those are huge wins, you know,
yes,
just to get to those points where you can live a healthy life and just take care of yourself and others.
It's just that the titles are easier to recognize.
Yeah.
Because they're out there. It's those hidden wins that are harder to find.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And to your point, she's showing up for her kids.
Yes.
And a lot of our parents for our current kids don't do that. And so to even show up is an amazing piece. And I appreciate your perspective on that, Andy. That's why I always love you, is that you're always going to bring it back. So with all that, I think we're going to go to break. We'll see you in a few. This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Garage doors can break down or quit working at the worst times. At Doors Plus, they understand that a broken garage sometimes means repair and not replace. Sometimes, all you need to make your door like new again is a few bolts, realignment, or even a new balance. Trust the pros at Doors Plus to handle your garage door repair the right way so you can get on with your busy schedule. Visit them online at doorsplusllc.com or give them a call at 402-590-5800.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best-in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
When you need a new water heater, nothing beats the ProLine family of water heaters from A.O. Smith. ProLine models are built using commercial-grade components, meaning they're built to help you tackle your toughest days. No matter if you need a gas or electric model, A.O. Smith has a ProLine unit for you. A.O. Smith, innovation has a name. Call Greens at 402-467-4444 for a great deal on a water heater today. Again, that's 402-467-4444.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most. For all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at windowworldlincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability.
I used to smoke. I thought of cigarettes as my best friend. They were always there for me when I needed a break.
I also thought cigarettes were my best friend, and then they gave me peripheral artery disease.
I smoked and had a stroke. Actually, multiple strokes.
I smoked and have heart disease. Here's my tip. If cigarettes are your friend, you need a better friend.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Well, we had a lively discussion over here. We're talking a little bit about the Chicago Bears and the Chiefs, and
you guys started talking about Kansas City Chiefs. I had to put the headphones back on so I couldn't hear you.
That's and he's talking about you and I saying they
Great
got
school.
revenge on Nebraska with wrestling, but lost in football.
Yes. They're a small school.
We're known for wrestling. So I felt like this would be a good time to talk a little bit about, some sports, since, we are on a sport talk radio program, but enough of that. We're going to get back to Lighthouse. So Andy, my friend. So I do want to talk a little bit about some of those programs you were talking about, because again, those benefit my young people.
So I've been a DJ in this town since 1983. Go by DJ Aztec. Was a little break dancer. Matter of fact, I look across the street here on O Street and I see the concrete that I used to spin on. And so one of the things that I talked about earlier was having peers that had common interest with me. I used to wrestle, used to play baseball, played a little football, but I was a better baseball player and wrestler than I was a football player, because it was like a little jitterbug out there running the ball. If you could tackle me, I was done with, but have fun catching me. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do. I coached wrestling, helped coach boxing, but I also wanted to reach kids with music, with the hip hop culture. So the Lighthouse, you guys, us, allowed me to do what was called the history of hip hop. And it wasn't just plain music. It was teaching the kids the actual history of the culture, because the culture is not just music. It's how you interact with each other. It's the way you carry yourself. It's a lot. There's a lot to it. So teaching them where it all started, it's a history class. Being able to teach the kids how to mix and scratch on turntables, being able to teach the kids how to write a song. I had them write a song, and my rules were, you can't be fake. You can't talk about cars and money that you don't have. You can't use cuss words. If you want to say someone is a B word, you need to find a creative way to express your feelings. Why do you feel this way about that person? Blah, blah, blah. So I did that as a way not only to get them to start to think, how can I put this story together? How can I write this? How can I put this all together? But how can I think about what I want to say and be able to say it in a way that's respectful? So using that tool as a way to reach their mind, using the common interest of the music with the scratching and the mixing of records and songs and laying down tracks and stuff as a way to connect with them. Teaching them how to spin on their back, how to spin on their head is another way to reach them. Once you have a common interest with the youth, they listen to you. They want to hear what you have to say. And if you can get them to listen to what you have to say about a common interest, they're more open to listening to what you have to say about something they don't want to hear. don't do this. Don't carry yourself this way. And that's what, Coach Christie at Lincoln High, I had a lot of respect for him. He would tell me on a Friday night, hey, Avila, little Chicano, you got a wrestling tournament tomorrow. No partying tonight. Well, my parents would tell me the same thing, and out the door I was with the bottle of beer in my hand. But since I respected my coach because of the way he treated me and because of the common interest of wrestling, I listened to him. So using the history of hip hop as a way to build that relationship with the kids, to me was one of the best memories that I have of that place. And one of the reasons is because there are a lot of kids today that when I run into them somewhere, they said, I finally understand what you were telling me. You tried to pour so much into me, and I was a little knucklehead. There was a group of brothers that went there. I won't mention their names. But seeing them out on the street and knowing that it touched them somehow was important to me. And it wasn't, they said, I'm so glad you opened my eyes to the hip hop culture. It was, thank you for trying to help. And not only was it at the Lighthouse, but the Lighthouse doing that there opened the doors for the Get Linked program at Lincoln High, the after school program in the media center, where I was able to do similar things with the kids there. I had a history of hip hop culture there also, but being able to be the site director of that and interact with Lincoln High youth on a daily basis. I run into some of them now. Thank you for kicking that knucklehead out when we were trying to do our homework and he was being rowdy. But also a lot of the kids that went to the Lighthouse put together a street dance team at Lincoln High called Ground Zero. And they had me be their instructor and had asked me to put their mixes together from when they did their performances. And Lincoln High took them all over the place and they won many awards. So being a part of that, it's a good feeling. It's nice. Here's one thing. I never thought going into the doors of Lincoln High to help youth would be something that I would get back something from. That serving them and then years later, them coming back and saying thank you and them asking me to be a part of something would touch me the way that it did. Yep. So we often think about what we're doing for those kids, but it's another thing, I think we don't realize what we're gaining from the Lighthouse as adults.
I mean, let me comment on your history thing, because you said it was a history lesson. I do not remember having fun in any history class in my life. So I just gotta be honest with that. And it's fun that you keep talking about relationships. Relationships are the theme that continues to come up each week here. And these relationships last a long time, like Matt coming back into my life. And then now we're in a professional situation rather than me serving him as an adult to a youth. Now we're peers and we're working together in this community. We have so many young people that keep coming back to Lighthouse, checking in with us, filling our lives up and making for sure they check in. Heck, we just had somebody reach out that unfortunately went to prison and made a very poor choice. And they reached out to us saying, you don't understand that when I was at Lighthouse, those were my best times, my best years. You guys believed in me. All kids should be reaching out and being a part of Lighthouse. I made a poor decision. Now I'm paying for it. And I wish I would have just stuck with Lighthouse.
When I think about a lot of the youth that I ran into through the Lighthouse and Lincoln High and stuff like that, and I read their names in the paper, it hurts. And you asked earlier what I do for a living. And I told you, but I also said what I want to do or possibly will be doing is different. What I would like to do, because eventually kids age out. They can't go back to the Lighthouse and participate. They can come back and say hi, but they can't be a part of the program anymore. So my hope, my goal is to provide something for people that no longer have that, that they grew up for such a long time having guidance, having love, having instruction. And then because of their age, that disappears and they flap around like raggedy flags in the wind.
Yep.
So to have And I don't have anything written down on paper. I just know that it hurts seeing those names and seeing the news reports and knowing the good that we did for them and wondering if I could have given more.
Yeah, and there's always going to be some of that.
Yes,
and to
there
be
always
honest with
will. You can't save everybody.
And I do love that futuristic look at it because, one of the questions I always ask is, what do you see as our future? What do you see as the next step type stuff? And we can have some conversations again.
Yeah.
I have some of those strengths in me, like ideation and maximizer and developer, that I can help fine tune that and potentially connect the dots, because it sounds like a great next step program for the participants.
I do too, and I think the time is right now. You and I have talked about this in the past, and I just feel like right now it's time.
We're in a position to maybe do something like that. So, Matt, before we reach our next break, could you give us a little feeling of what OTP is?
Yeah, I mean, at the heart, we are gang and violence prevention. However, that doesn't really do it justice. I mean, we're not looking for young gang members, and so it's kind of hard to explain. But when I first started the job, that actually really was what it was supposed to be. Was the city wanted us to identify young people who are in gangs and then try and reach them. And literally on my first day of the job, I was like, that's just not going to work. That's just not how you do things like this. And so one thing that we try and do is we identify communities, and then we work with the schools to, at a young age. So I work with third grade all the way down to third grade, and then I follow them all the way up to be through senior and see them graduate. And really what I try and teach the schools is to identify families who are low income that need the resource. And then there might be some indicating factors, such as, is their family part of the criminal justice system? Has there been an older sibling that was a gang member? So we're not looking for individuals, but we're looking for more of a community and family dynamic. And then, so that's true prevention. And now I've been able to grow the program where now we actually do have an intervention. So I'll let Daryl talk about what he does. But what I do is it's true prevention, so there's no labeling, no anything. And then it's about getting youth to identify who they are, what type of person that they want to be. And then it's really about dreaming, really. And it's about going after those dreams and realizing that you can't cut corners, right? So if you want to be, you get a lot of basketball players or whatever, and I never tell them you can't play basketball in the NBA. What I say is just go all in, and then you're going to end up where you need to be at. You're going to find wherever it is. But if you don't go all in, you're not going to ever find it, and redefining what success actually looks like. I think too many times they're taught that success is how much money you make, but we all know people that make a lot of money that are miserable. So to me, success is, are you happy? To find your happiness. And sometimes, that's challenging when you come from either a household where that's non-existent, or maybe you're, like me or other people, maybe you're part of a community where you're not represented in a certain way. And so I think the challenge is raising the ceiling. When I was young, I thought me working was going to be, at a minimum wage job. And this is just what life really, that was my ceiling. And so when I would have teachers talk to me about, oh, well, you want to go to school to be a lawyer. Well, I ain't going to be no lawyer. I never met a lawyer. Like, that's too far fetched for me. So really, going down to the roots of the individual and who they are, and understanding that who you are is important. And then you can utilize the system as a tool to get the things you want. But it's really who you are, and it's passion driven. And so that's really typically what I do. So I have seniors that have graduated last year, and I met all of them in third grade. And so it's like the long term. And so when you're doing this work, I think too many people try and do the 60, the 90 day. And what happens, even if it's 2 years, they're still going back to the same house. They're still in the same neighborhood. And so it's really is that consistent, mentorship, that positive role modeling. And then also not just looking at it as individual. I do groups, I'll have 20 of the most challenging kids out of school. And as soon as that they're in the group that I put on, they're the most amazing kids that you will ever meet. And it's really about building those groups and the positive friendships. And I also think younger the better. I just think we don't need to wait until 16, 17. We can start that process earlier.
And Matt, part of that is showing up again. I mean, you're showing up to them and you're one of the only ones that's done that. And so I just want to say I'm proud of you. And I think you are one of the beacons. So
it sounds like what you're doing is true prevention, not intervention, not restoration, but prevention.
So
catching it before.
So we'll be back here for our last segment.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see lots of sunshine with light winds, an afternoon high near 55. Tonight, a slight chance of showers, otherwise partly cloudy, low near 33. And tomorrow, we'll see a chance of showers throughout the day, an afternoon high near 49. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fleck from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. The last few years have been wild, but we've been here for you through all the ups and downs, and we'll be here for you when you need us the most, for all your travels and for your day-to-day driving. With winter conditions causing problems all over town, the last thing anyone needs this year is constant car troubles. Let us help you drive in peace and make sure you drive to work and to winter destinations safe. A1 Automotive, 11th and L Street downtown, always honest answers.
Ever wonder what it's like to work for a company that actually cares? At Lincoln Industries, they're revolutionizing local manufacturing while taking care of their most valuable asset, their people. When you join their team, you'll enjoy comprehensive health coverage, wellness initiatives that work around your life, and benefits that show they're serious about your future. Plus, you'll be a part of a proud manufacturing tradition right here in the community. Don't just take their word for it. Visit LincolnIndustries.com to see all their current opportunities and find out why their people love calling Lincoln Industries home.
Hey Husker Nation, this is Todd Euler, two-time national champion, here to talk to you about Window World Lincoln. At Window World, we specialize in replacement windows, doors, siding, and roofing. Whether you're looking to enhance the beauty of your home or increase its energy efficiency, we've got you covered. And here's the best part. We offer the best for less. Our team is dedicated to providing top quality products and exceptional service at affordable prices. We want to earn your business and make your home improvement dreams a reality. So why wait? Contact Window World Lincoln today at 464-7313 or visit our website at WindowWorldLincoln.com. Window World Lincoln, where quality meets affordability. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports is quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Right now, when you drive by Honda of Lincoln, you'll see more than 200 new Hondas and over 125 pre-owned vehicles. Hi, Charlie Stone here, and with me on the line is Andy Goodyear of Honda of Lincoln. Andy, how does it feel to have so many vehicles in stock again for your customers?
Charlie, it feels amazing to see how excited our customers are. They love the ability to see, test drive, and take immediate delivery of the exact new Honda they're looking for.
Do you have some good offers to talk about?
We sure do, Charlie. We're offering financing as low as 0.9% APR up to 72 months, or great lease rates on every new Honda. It's the perfect time to drive away in the new Honda you've been dreaming of.
How about pre-owned, Andy?
We have over 125 pre-owned and certified pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Just about every make and model with prices starting at under $10,000.
Maybe it's time you experience the best, the Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Your home is your empire. Protect it with Empire Fence. Get a free instant quote with the online estimating tool at empire-fence.com. See an upfront estimate with no hidden fees. An Empire Fence can provide privacy and improve the appearance of your home. Keep kids and pets in or out of your yard. Increase security and add value to your property. Visit empire-fence.com now to view the stylish and maintenance-free possibilities for your home and get a free instant online quote. Let Empire Fence protect your empire.
Not many businesses can say they've made it 60 years, but Madsen's Bowling and Billiards can. With 12 bowling lanes and the biggest pool room in Nebraska, where else would you go to enjoy an afternoon or evening? There's great daily specials like $2 Tuesdays. Games of bowling, shoe rental, draft beers, and tacos, all just $2 each. Have a delicious burger at EJ's Lounge before or after your bowling or pool session, and you'll leave satisfied. Madsen's Bowling and Billiards at 47th and Dudley.
Attention all wing fans! Buffalo Wings and Rings has daily specials that will make you want to stop in on all days of the week. Kids eat free on Mondays, and on Tuesdays, enjoy 89-cent boneless or traditional wings at a price that makes the whole family happy. And come back on Wednesdays for $1.29 chicken tenders all day long. Get to Wings and Rings today at 68th and O or in Williamsburg Village.
Outside is where winter adventure unfolds. On frozen lakes, icy landscapes, and snow-covered slopes, feeling the cold air rush by as you race downhill. The freedom of gliding with ease and the warmth of being together. From epic sled rides to the fun of ice fishing, it's all right here beneath Nebraska skies. Start your winter adventure at yournebraskaparks.com. Sponsored by Nebraska Game and Parks, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Associations and this station.
When you were a kid, clubs were cool. Robotics club and space club and stuff like that. But what do adults get? Book clubs and quilting clubs? Nah, forget that. How about margarita clubs and old-fashioned clubs? Get to Upside Bar and Lounge for the best clubs in town. Try all 10 varieties of Upside margaritas or old fashions and take home a free souvenir glass. Grab the whole crew and pair it with Taco Night on Mondays or Whiskey Wednesdays. Upside Bar and Lounge at 29th and Pine Lake.
At Planet Fitness, we're declaring it. This is the year of getting stronger. And future stronger you can get started now by saving $28 or more when you join today. You in? We have all the best in-class equipment you could ever need to keep stepping it up. And you can work out your way on your time at any convenient location near you. Most open 24 hours. So let's do this. Join Planet Fitness today and save $28 or more. Just $1 down, $15 a month, cancel anytime. Deal ends January 31st. See Home Club for details.
Now back to Be a Beacon with Lighthouse on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Again, welcome back. Welcome back. So we have such great discussions when we're on break. And one of the things that I just want to mention is as we're talking, it's about connections and it's about building relationships. And it's just fun to see just talking here about, oh man, I need to meet with you and talk and go through all this stuff. And this is what I love to do. And if I had one hope for this show, it's that people would be inspired to be a beacon for others. It sounds kind of cheesy, but if you can shine a little hope in somebody's life and connect them somewhere, we're doing our jobs in this world. We're making it just a little bit better. So back from break, let's go ahead and get down on the end. Mr. King.
Yes, sir.
So you are the interventionalist.
Yes. That should be a movie title.
It might be a movie title.
Is it? Okay.
I'm sorry. It might be copywritten. I'm sorry for that if I broke any copywritten laws, but tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So not to regurgitate what Matt said, because he did a great job explaining it. So my role is really just to kind of be one-on-one with the youth, right? Typically they're in high school. I work with a very small number because they wanted more time for me to work with these youth. And I work just like Matt in the schools. However, we get a dedicated space and we kind of just talk about obstacles. A lot of times the referrals I get from my youth are from probation. So these kids are already kind of in the system. And we just kind of just work from there, to be honest with you. We just kind of try to find something they enjoy, and we try to just get them on the right path if they're going left. Yeah, it's like I'm fairly new, my 7 months in, but learning from Matt and learning from you and your great team here. It's been great kind of just like working with these youth and just seeing the progress they've been making.
Well, and again, we talk about showing up and meeting them where they're at.
Right.
And you don't go in with judgment. It's like, well, yeah, that happened. So what's next?
Yeah.
What are you hoping for? How are we going to move forward?
Right.
Yeah.
I get a chance to use a lot of my background, being from Chicago, being from the area I'm from. As you spoke about, we have a very common friend that's from the area, and he can speak to it. It's really rough out there, and I'm pretty understanding of like the culture that a lot of the kids are like not assimilating to, but are big into nowadays with the drill music and things like that, because I'm from a place that originated it. So I'm able to use those connections or understanding to kind of like, build a bond with these youth to be able to like help them move forward.
Yeah. And John Goodwin, I call him Goody.
Yeah.
My dude talks about that very real and raw that's the reason he moved here is an incident that happened. And those perspectives help you guys potentially, if you choose this path, choose this work, really make an impact, because you can see through some of the lenses, especially with some of the groups of kids that we work with, if you've gone through some of those circumstances yourself.
Right. You try to take that image of what they see on TV or the music videos of these people with money and all this other stuff and say, it's not like that. A lot of times if you're going to live that life, it doesn't end that way. You're going to end up, obviously in jail or even worse. So being able to like tell the truth about those things and tell them about a real situation really does impact our relationships with the youth.
Yeah. And if our young people don't have something to look forward to in their future, then why try?
Right.
I mean, why not be a part of something that's going to let me in and do whatever I want, but still say they love me, still accept me. And a lot of times that's why people get involved in gangs, is because they're looking for that acceptance and that love that they're not gaining other places. So why not? We all need that in our lives, and that connectedness is so important. And so for us to help them find a different way to fulfill those needs, that's what's important.
Yeah. And I think it's really special to have people like yourself. Me and you spoke when I first got here at the Lighthouse, and you kind of just told me how your life kind of went. And it really was inspirational to me because, I'm just like, man, this man has been through all this and he still has a chance to give back to people. He gives so much of himself. It's inspirational.
And I appreciate that. I mean, I love what I do. I can't imagine not doing what I do at Lighthouse. And I'm now, I don't feel like I'm that old, but I'm now having a lot of people ask me, well, what's going to happen? When you're going to not do this anymore? And I'm like, gosh, how do you answer that? So we just do what we do. And if we're passionate about it, we're going to make a change. So appreciate you joining us with Be a Beacon. Join us next week. We're going to have some staff and some of my young people. Thank you. Good night.